Hello there, my fellow millers and vintners. Rottlemont here. Thank you for tuning in to Terrascape. Episode 5, Bread and Wine. The final scenario, Bread and Wine. Do I want to take another fractured seed? Yeah, sure, why not? Near got my butt kicked last round, but I'm up for it. I see you guys going, no! This rustic land is fertile. Is it? Look at it! It looks not so fertile to me. Perhaps we can motivate the builders with the prospect of good wine to build a new distillery in our growing settlement. That should attract plenty of new inhabitants. So first task is to unlock basic food. Wow, this map tile sucks. So it's like covered in impassable wetlands and rivers everywhere. It really is bad. So I'll put my keep here. And it wants me to unlock basic food. Done. Create a fruit farm. So fruit farm is just 3 fruit gatherers together. I don't have a lot of points, so this has to be high yield placements. There we go. There's fruit farm number 1. And build another one. Place 8 wheat fields and place 4 hunting cabins. Well, it didn't say that the hunting cabins need to be good placements. I'll try to get as many points from them as possible. So that's a gold. And I have a bunch of wheat fields. I probably want to arrange my wheat fields so that they can be productive, though. And what I mean by that is so I have up to 5 decks I can unlock. So let's take a quick look there. It looks like I'm probably going to unlock food stuff as well. I'm not going to make any assumptions here. I mean, I've played through this already, but I don't want to make any assumptions. It also looks like the settlement is locked to me. So we're not going to do settlement decks this round, right? It looks like it's going to be basic food, food stuff, forestry, mining, and workmanship, because fishing and settlement is locked. So with that in mind, without settlement cards, I'm not going to be able to make a manor farm or a farmstead with my wheat fields. So whatever configurations I'm going to use for these wheat fields, I don't know what they are yet, but I shouldn't arrange them in such a way that I set them up for farmsteads. So the arrangement here is undiscovered and undiscovered, but essentially it looks like my wheat fields should just be in triangular arrangements and kind of alone, which feels odd to spread them out like this. But I'll do it because I can sort of predict that whatever pattern it wants me to put them in is going to be in this sort of triangular pattern up there. There we go. A bunch of wheat fields placed sort of separate from one another. Now it wants me to unlock forestry and place more hunting cabins. There's the forestry deck. And earn 800 points with forestry to gain well buildings. I can also try to make Royal Foresters to convert this wetland into forests, as wetlands really, I mean, it's terrain impassable. So I'm going to try to build a Royal Forest here in order to terraform. Ooh, that was a Grand Demolition card. So here, as you can see, I remove the wetlands, turn into the forest, and that's going to make my life a lot easier into trying to get rid of this big glob of uselessness. And I'll make another Grand Forest over there. Or Royal Forest, whatever it's called. There we go. I've really chipped away at this wetland and built it up into a nice, healthy forest that allows me to make points with the forestry deck, earn points by placing a sawmill, and unlock the charcoal burner, which I've already done. So I gotta get sawmills. There's one. So I only need 100 more points with the sawmill. That's not too big of an ask. Unless, of course, the game doesn't give me sawmills, which currently it isn't. Oh my god, still not giving me sawmills. Game. Quit jerking me around. Give me saw. There we are. So this just needs to be a 100-point sawmill. So let's place forest here, and this will be a 100-point sawmill. Oh no! It's a 95-point. Lumberjack? 105. There it is. Alright, unlock food stuff. So that's a new deck that we have not touched so far. And here is the start of the food stuff deck. We get a brewery. Breweries really like to be next to fruit farms. And they make a merged, undiscovered merged design like this. So let's build one of those. So for that I need 3 berry. Well, I need the brewery itself. So there's a brewery card. And then I need gathering huts. So there we go. We got the gathering huts. And I might as well put down the hunting cabins, as that's one of these side quests that actually gives me cottages, which would allow me to build so I got some cottage cards, even though I don't have the cottage deck, right? I don't have the settlement deck. So we're getting cottage cards from rewards, which would allow me to build farmsteads. So that's interesting. And maybe I can use that to my advantage. So let's build one of these breweries then. And I'm going to put the... So the arrangement, let's take a look at that again, is 3 berry pickers with the brewery in the bottom. So I probably want my brewery as close to, like, I'll put it probably here, right? Because that covers the 3 fruit farms for, like, huge gains. So then the berry pickers are going to be like 1, 2, 3. Or 1, 2, 3, maybe in this arrangement, like that. So let's place, whoops. Let's place berry bushes here and here. So that's a 205 brewery. And that unlocked a vineyard. So a vineyard gives me 4 hop field cards, and then converts the surrounding tiles to grass. And these hop fields really love being on grass and being adjacent to manor farms, breweries, vineyards. I also now have access to the windmill, which is a foodstuff card, which likes to be next to wheat fields in 2 different types of configurations. That's good to know. So let's try to place 2 more breweries with gold ratings. So this would be a gold rated brewery, but I would like to not only do that, but also have it be a vineyard too. So if I put a brewery here, I can surround it with berries to make it a vineyard. So let's do that as well. So I need the gathering huts. Ooh, I got a bunch of them. So here's another brewery. That is gold rated. And that's a vineyard. Because that gives me all these hop fields, which is got these crazy good adjacency bonuses. And then I'll do 1 more vineyard. Oh no, I'm getting windmills. So now with these windmills, let's go ahead and head back over to our wheat fields that we had initially placed down and start to build up those like triangle patterns. And it looks like they have massive negatives if adjacent to one another, so I have to spread them out. So 2 windmills over there. I'm not getting access to foodstuffs, so yeah, here's the gathering huts. Where do we want our last vineyard? Maybe here? 1, 2, 3. And then put the brewery right there. Let's come on. Give me a brewery card. There it is. Create vineyards. I just did that already. So create a smock mill is the next goal I have. So a smock mill is likely one of these 2 undiscovered patterns. And in order to gain access to it, I need to level up my basic food. So it's possible that I need to unlock my basic food up to the next tier. So let's increase our score with basic food. So I'll make I'll use my cottages to make the merged farmsteads. So these 3 I'll leave alone. And then I'll make a farmstead here. Because I know that the windmills don't like to be adjacent to one another, so I might as well design them into be farmsteads instead. And there we go. I just unlocked the cattle pasture. So, here's an undiscovered pattern. So there's 2 undiscovered patterns. And the last one does not use food. So this undiscovered pattern uses something else in some other deck. So it's probably either the last of the foodstuffs deck or a new deck that I don't have. But this pattern might be the smock mill. In order to place that down, I need cattle, which is a basic food. So here we go. It's a windmill, a wheat field, and cattle. And there it is. That is an ox mill. So that is not the smock mill. So the ox mill gives me, it removes blockers around it. It adds grass, and then it gives me wheat fields. So for me to try to figure out how to build a smock mill, it's not the food deck, the forestry deck, but it could be the foodstuffs deck. So let's level up our foodstuffs so that if it is the foodstuffs deck, I gain access to it. So I'm going to put some hop fields back there. I'm going to fill up this like dead space with hop fields. And then let's do another homestead. And homestead. And homestead. And then drop a giant windmill. I still don't have that last foodstuffs unlocked. I do have the secondary condition of making ox mills, so maybe I'll work on that, as I don't know how to get the other goal yet. So I'll do the hunting cabins and the ox mills. So let's make 2 more ox mills. So that's wheat, cattle, and a windmill. And cattle doesn't like to be near deer, so I need to find a spot that is grassy without too many deer around, like here. So wheat, windmill, and I did just get the butcher. And the butcher likes to be around cattle or deer. So you can see that they gain bonuses from being next to a cattle pasture or a hunting cabin. The cattle pastures are a lot, you can get them a lot more clustered up. So the butcher, it's easier to get a huge bonus from them. So that's another ox mill. And one more ox mill. And we'll put it here. Done. And with that, I need to level up my food stuff a little bit more to unlock the next building, which might end up being what I need for the smock mill. And then the other thing is one more hunting cabin. So let's try to get that one more hunting cabin. There it is. Oh, that's a 50. 65? Yeah, I'll go for a 65. Create farmsteads. I just got that. And it also wants me to make forest settlements. So forest settlements, I should probably work on, because that's a little challenging, given that I don't have the settlement deck. But I do, fortunately, have a bunch of cottages already saved up, and wells, and a few foresters, not many. So forest settlement is, let's put one here, because this looks like pretty barren terrain otherwise. That could really benefit from forests. So well in the middle. Forester. Cottage. Lumberjack. And that's one of 2. And then there's a bunch of wetlands here. So maybe put a forest settlement here to turn some of this wetlands into usable area. So well. Cottage. And then I'm gonna need Forester card. Good. So now most of that wetland has just turned to forests, and I can actually use it, which is good. So still undiscovered whatever it needs for the smock mill. But if I level up my settlement deck, I get another building in 35 points. So if I can place cottages or wells for 35 points, I get a new building. So let's see if I can't place a useful well somewhere. Here it is, 35-point well. And that gives me not very much, unfortunately. All right, so let's try the foodstuffs. Leveling up my foodstuffs. So butchers likes to be near cattle farms, cattle pastures. So let's put down a whole bunch of cattle pastures to try to have like boosted butcheries. And then also maybe set up some more vineyards or breweries. So I'm trying to create like a wall of farmsteads so that I can put cattle pastures in the middle, which get really high point gain. But those aren't foodstuffs, I just realized. Foodstuffs would be like windmills or breweries. So the windmills get boosted off of the grain farms as well. So those are some high point gains there. And I'm 500 points away. How about some breweries? Breweries want to be near... Oh, here we go. We have all these hop fields. Perfect. So if we put another brewery there... Maybe right where that berry field is. No, I got windmills. Do I have another place where I have... No, I don't really have another place that I'm... Got a bunch of wheat fields. So it's going to be hard to place these windmills down because they don't like to be on top of one another. Unless I start to terraform another farming area elsewhere. Which isn't too hard to do. But also, now that I have all these cattle, I can start to put down the butchers too, right? Put a butcher there. Put a butcher here. Benefiting from those 3 cattle pastures. And then I'm trying to set up an area where I can set up another cattle pasture over here too. So in here, these are boosted cattle pastures, which then can support butcheries. Or windmills, both. And there we go. The last one is a bakery. So, let's see if the bakery tile gives us that smock mill that we wanted. So that is a wheat field, a windmill, and a bakery. And that is the smock mill. And there it is. And that creates a granary card, removes all the surrounding blockers, and generates grass. So this smock mill is really good at getting rid of the wetland that we don't want. Unlock workmanship is the next one. So workmanship is after mining, so unlock mining, and then workmanship. So these are the most amount of deck cards that I've had. And the last task, the last main goal I have is to create a liquor distillery. So let's see. I've got, this is something involving mining. So it's 2 cottages with 2 mines. This is unknown, but this is the liquor distillery. I know because this is the only goal I have. And it's pottery, 2 breweries, and a gatherer's hut. So let's grab... and then I also need to earn points by placing pottery. And pottery is in the workmanship deck. So I have these 2 new decks, mining deck and workmanship deck. So let's grab the workmanship deck and try to earn points from pottery before doing the liquor distillery. So pottery cards want to be on swamp and gain points from being adjacent to rivers and charcoal burners. So here's a bunch of rivers. There's a 110 point pottery. And I could make it even better if I put a charcoal burner right here too. So 125 points. It wants to be placed on swamps. Well, too bad. Oh, it doesn't want to be placed on arid. So the other thing I could do is place a forest here and then put pottery down. No, it didn't make much of a difference. There it is. Do I have any other side quests? No. All right, good. Let's go ahead and make that last liquor distillery. And right here looks good because it's right next to 2 vineyards and 3 fruit farms. So like placing it in this nested area looks awesome. So we'll do the fruit gatherer, the 2 breweries, and the potter. Boom. Done. And you can see it gives 60 additional points, 3 extra hop fields, and removes a bunch of surrounding tile, turning them into grassland. So a lot of the food stuff tiles are good for terraforming, in other words. So that if you have like wetlands or other terrain tiles that are problematic, you can easily terraform them with a bunch of those. Thank you for tuning in to Terrascape, which originally streamed live on Twitch August 23rd. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow viewers.